Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Tutu. Today we got Sporting Logically. What are the Warriors doing? Now, this is a question I've been asking myself too, because we not signing nobody. Like, I've been looking for a big man and a wing, anything, bro. Like, I'll take Dwight at this point, bro. Like, just do something, bro. Like, come on. This is gonna waste no time and get
The Golden
into
State
it though.
Warriors seem to have zero plan. After adding Jimmy Butler during the season to try and make a few
And
more
we
title
won't even
rounds with Steph
trade
Curry still
Kaminga or
around,
nothing,
they
bro.
seem to be content with doing absolutely nothing this offseason. And I'm not exaggerating, by the way. They've done literally nothing. No
Bro.
first round pick, no free
We're the only
agency
team that
signings.
hasn't made a
As of the
single
recording
move.
of this video, they've basically acted like the offseason just does not exist. Now, there are a couple of reasons for that. And first and foremost, of course, is the Jonathan Kuminga situation. Restricted free agency in general this offseason has been basically non existent. And Jonathan Kuminga is a perfect example. He is a guy
Yeah,
that,
bro, I
in
love
theory,
Kaminga and
if
all,
there
but
was
like,
an
bro,
average amount of cap space around the league, would probably sign a new deal worth between $20 and $30 million per season
but
this
like, I'm not.
offseason.
Yeah,
And then the
no.
Warriors would have a decision on whether or not they'd want to match
Fuck.
that.
Hey, I love Kaminga, but bro, 30 million for Kaminga is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He's worth a smooth 20 max. I'm not gonna, cause all Kaminga really does, bro. Every single time I watch the game, he'll drive to the basket, be like, hey, and just throw the ball to the rim, bro. Try to get a foul or anything. He doesn't try to even score or nothing, bro. He just drives to the basket, throws the ball at the rim, and screams, "Hey!" And then on defense, he plays with his arms down like this. Doesn't even put his arms up to try to defend nobody. Like, what's this gonna do, bro? Like, how was this a contest, bro? Like, at least put your arm up and contest it.
To bring him
He's
back in
so
restricted
athletic and
free
got all
agency,
like the tools
but
and
there is
everything, but
not
won't
cap
use it.
space out there. The Brooklyn Nets are the only team that had significant cap space coming into the season. Now, after making some other moves, they don't have enough to offer Jonathan Kuminga $25 million a year, and so the Warriors aren't negotiating.
But I seen something earlier saying that we would have had Al Horford and what's his name? Who's that Milton dude? What's his first name? I don't know. D'Anthony Melton, that guy. Bro, we would have had him and Al Horford if we just got rid of Craig and Minga by now. And the Suns was all and I saw some dude comment that said trade him to the Suns for Nick Richards and Grayson Allen, plus us signing Milton and Horford, bro. That'll be nice.
Against anyone when it comes to signing a contract to bring back Jonathan Kuminga next season. There are other options here where Kuminga can sign the qualifying offer or they could try and find a middle ground, but right now there's no real hurry for either side to get this sorted out other than just having a resolution to it in general. One of the things that has seemed likely over the last couple of weeks is some kind of a sign and trade situation because things have gotten so tenuous between Kuminga and the Warriors and really have been that
I
way
saw a
for the last
report
couple
that said he was supposed to get traded by the weekend. That was like 3 weeks ago, bro.
of seasons because Steve Kerr just is not a fan, clearly, of Jonathan Kuminga in general. And so them not being together next year makes a lot of sense.
Steve Kerr's
The problem
racist, and that's why he won't
it's
play
very
Kuminga.
difficult to figure out a sign and trade scenario for Jonathan Kuminga or really just in general for restricted free agents. There's a lot of rules in terms of the way you have to match money that make things very difficult, in addition to the fact that the Warriors are looking to get like a decent player and a pick in exchange for Kuminga, and he probably just doesn't hold that much value to a bunch of teams around the league, in addition to having to pay him what is probably going to be 20, 25, maybe $30 million a season moving forward for a player that is talented.
Bro, he
but
has
hasn't
potential and talent and stuff like that. But yo, he's got no go-to moves on offense, except for when he's, unless you throw him a lob or he's on a fast break. That's about it. He can't really shoot. He can't shoot three ball. He can't. Tries to shoot that fadeaway midi. He always be missing, bro.
really
So
proven a lot at the NBA level. And there have been rumors out there about a team like the Sacramento Kings possibly being involved for Jonathan Kuminga as they maybe try and go a little bit younger. You could do Malik Monk and some stuff. You could do Keon Ellis and some stuff. Maybe the Warriors would be interested
use
in that.
Keon
But if I'm the
Ellis
Kings,
to
I'm not
replace
overly interested in
GP2,
giving
bro.
up future draft compensation in exchange for Jonathan Kuminga for a team that I'm not really sure where they're going anyway in the first place. The Phoenix Suns have come up as a possibility as well, where they could flip Dylan Brooks in exchange for whatever contract Kuminga would then be on. Where where
Suns,
Phoenix goes younger. They get an upside piece in Kuminga to build alongside Jalen Green and Devin Booker, whereas the Warriors get a more proven player and someone like Dylan Brooks, but the money doesn't really work there. There's a lot of complicated things they'd have to do to get that sorted out. And the bottom line is, if the Warriors can't come to an agreement on a contract with Kuminga and they can't find a team to take him on a sign and trade, this is holding up the entirety of their offseason. They can't really do anything else because the numbers
Bro, we
are so
can do
complicated with restricted.
at this point, bro. Cut this man, trade him, release him. I don't give a damn what you do, bro. Just get him off the team so we can make some moves, bro. Like anything, bro. Do something, bro.
Restricted free agency, sign and trades.
Like I'm getting pissed off just seeing rumor every single time I open Instagram. It's the same account, and it's just a big old Kuminga picture, and it says rumors, or it's like a pictures of some free agent that says rumors underneath. Like, bro, I get excited when I open up the page. I think we picked him up or something, but like, and then it's just rumors. We're thinking about signing this dude, or we're looking into signing him, or we're talking to this dude, and not doing anything about it, bro. Or we found the potential landing spot for Kuminga or stuff like that, or like. It's getting irritating at this point, man.
It's rumored that maybe they added Big Al from the Celtics. It's been rumored that maybe they added DeAnthony Melton. That stuff can't actually go through because they don't want to mess up their books. They don't want to change around their money on a team that's already pretty expensive because they can't resolve the Jonathan Kuminga situation. That's another reason why, reportedly at least, they only offered Bradley Beal a minimum contract before he signed with the Clippers, even though that would be a Bradley Beal situation for him and for them. Money-wise, they just weren't willing to commit really anything significant to him or any other free agent right now until they resolved the Jonathan Kuminga situation. And as of the recording of this video, it does not seem like we are even
we shouldn't have got rid of Jordan Poole, bro.
On a situation that really could last for months longer throughout the rest of the offseason. This is the number one reason why the Warriors haven't done anything, is because they got to figure out Kuminga first. But that's not the only issue, of course, because they made their big move. Like, if they didn't trade for Jimmy Butler during the year and then made that move in the offseason, people would probably be like, oh, wow, great offseason for the Warriors. They just did it ahead of time. They just did it at the trade deadline. They traded Wiggins, which was one of their only movable contracts. They traded a pick, of which they don't really have a ton moving forward. They just don't really have other assets on the roster. They don't have contracts that really work that they can trade, other than, of course, Kuminga, which we've already covered. And other than like getting really crazy and trading away someone like Draymond Green, when you look at their payroll sheet, there's just not numbers out there that make sense for them to move a bunch of guys to try and add pieces. That's why the Jimmy Butler thing was, I wouldn't say a risk, but it was so significant because it did use up all of the pieces that they could possibly use, namely someone like Andrew Wiggins and Kyle Anderson's contract. Those were the pieces they had to make a big move, and now without them, their options are just really, really limited. I personally would just keep Draymond at this point. I wouldn't look to trade him for someone else, because even at the number that he's making, he's still incredibly valuable to Golden State, and I don't think you're going to get equivalent value for your own basketball team trading away Draymond.
Bro, Steph doesn't get hurt.
Draymond,
the Warriors are beating the Timberwolves, and we're at least taking OKC to 6. We might have honestly beat them in 6 or 7.
Beyond that, if you go into next year, let's just say, for example, they
genuinely did not mean
let's
to
say
say
they have
that,
Malik Monk in place of Jonathan Kuminga. This Warriors roster in general fits in a very interesting situation. Let's say that some of the rumored guys, like they lost Kevon Looney, but they're bringing in some of those other guys like Melton and Big Al, like I talked about earlier. Let's say they bring those guys in. It's an interesting team, and it's a team that in a singular postseason series, I think would have a really good chance against most teams in the Western Conference, with the exception of like the Oklahoma City Thunders of the world that are just a tier above Golden State. In a singular series, this is a roster with Jimmy Butler, with Steph, when healthy, that's well set up to punch above their weight in a postseason series, maybe make a run of the conference finals, and if something goes their way, maybe even the finals, like they did a few years ago when they won the title.
Steph's getting his 5th ring before. I don't even know.
And the problem that the Warriors
and
have
when Steph gets his 5th ring, I'm calling him the GOAT.
Is what do you do with the other 82 games? It's really cool that you only need to win 16 games to win a title once you get to the playoffs, and you've got a bunch of, as people call them, 16-game players. But they don't really have a lot of 82-game players on this team. How are they going to get through the season when Steph pulls his hamstring and misses 2 weeks? When Jimmy Butler sprains his wrist and misses a week and a half? When Draymond needs a week off because he's getting older and he has so much responsibility defensively? And to me, that's the number one.
Draymond's going to need a week off because he got suspended or something like that. He got too many technicals and flagrants in like the last couple games, and he got suspended. Draymond's not gonna take no time off just because he needs. Nah, no, 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 no. Nah. Draymond takes time off. It's either A, he got suspended for fighting, B, he got too many technicals, or like that's about it. That's all the reasons, you know.
that they still have to address, whether it's with the Kaminga situation, whether
It,
it's
I'm
with
getting
some
sick and tired of it
creativity.
too, cause there's so many times, bro, we've needed Draymond, bro, and he's just gonna argue with the ref for starting a BS fight that he did not need to start, bro. Like that, like the series with the Rockets this year, bro. When he in like it was like the first like 5 minutes of the game, I think, and he just shoved Jalen Green to the ground and got a flagrant one in like the first 5 minutes. I'm like, bro. And then in that game, bro, we literally he got. I'm pretty sure that was the game he got the game winning stop. In that game, that man had one tech, one flagrant, and 5 fouls, bro. That man, I think it was that game. I don't know. It might have been a different one, but that man got the most amount of fouls possible without you getting ejected. But
On the
that was
back end of the roster,
hilarious.
they need
I'm pretty sure that
bodies.
was the
They
game he
need
got the
guys
game
that
winning
they
stop
can
with
throw out there
Şengün
and
too.
rest Jimmy Butler 10 to
And like,
15
so if he
games
would have fouled
and
out
rest
or got
Draymond
one
Green
more foul, we
10
lose
to
that
15
game.
games
And,
and
you know.
still not be a play-in team, because this is an incredibly loaded Western Conference. Teams like Denver, Houston, the Clippers that are getting better this year, while the Warriors are kind of stagnating. And if they find themselves in a
still
situation
getting ring
like
number
they did
5,
last
bro.
year, late in the year, where they're hovering around the bottom of the play-in stand, they did last year, late in the year, where they're
Yo,
hovering
let's
around
go,
the
got
bottom
up
of the
there.
play-in standings, and they basically have to have like a 30-game playoff run where they have to really go all in towards the end of the year for seeding and play-in purposes, just to give them a chance at that 16-game run. That to me is a dangerous situation for the Warriors to be in, and largely would look similar to what we saw last year with injuries and things like that derailing the end of their season. And that to me, apart from resolving the Kaminga situation, is the number one issue I have right now with the Warriors. I respect the
role
fact that they
players.
made the Jimmy trade, and when those three guys
Need
played
some role
together,
players,
Draymond, Steph, and
bruh.
Jimmy Butler, they were fantastic, especially in the regular
We
season
got
towards the end of last year.
We're
And I
relying
think
on
there's proof
Pajimski
of
and Buddy Hill
concept.
to score the
All
ball,
those
bro.
guys can work together, and all the
Like they're
playoff
cool for
success that
some
they've had
games, but most of the
certainly
games they,
holds
you
a
know.
lot of weight in the postseason. But you have to get there first, and you have to wonder what kind of chance you actually have to do something significant in the postseason. I respect the fact that they're going for it. It's much better than Steph just winning 40 to 45 games every single season. But this is really their chance. They've got this year, maybe the following year. They've committed money to it. But at this point, they've got to get very creative and frankly get lucky with a lot of their other roster moves to be a significant part of the upcoming NBA season. Without tremendous injury luck, it's going to be difficult as currently constructed.
And
for
Mike
the
Goat can
Warriors
do
to
whatever he
really
wants.
do
If
anything.
Steph really wanted to, let's be for real. If he really wanted to, he could carry this team to a championship and win. If he like, genuinely speaking, like he could decide if he wants to win a ring or not. But you know, he was literally he decided last year that he was gonna win, but he had got hurt. So like that just messed him up. So if he doesn't get hurt in that situation, you know, he was already determined and destined to win the ring. But you know, I guess the world and the universe had other plans for him. So tough world, bro. Like it's just crazy. Wow, it's crazy how desperate people are for real when because like when you're destined for something like that, bro. People really just want to take it away from you and just love to see you fail. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here.
Till we get to the postseason, and then maybe then
First,
it's
that's the
still
end of the
questionable. And
Keep
that
talking
is
about
really
Michael
the main
Cottonmouth.
reason why I'm still so confused that they have done absolutely nothing this offseason.
My bad, though. Hey, I'm I messed with that video, but make sure y'all what's his name? Make sure y'all check him out. But yeah, hey, always remember hard work pays off. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.